Okay, so I'm going to start out by chopping my walnuts, and of course I keep mine in the freezer, and so I'm just going to get these chopped to the size that I want them chopped at, and I'm just going to run my knife through them a couple of times. Of course you can use a food processor if you have one. That would be great, and that's about the size that I want mine at right there, like that. A little smaller would be even better, because the more nuts you have through it, to me, is the more flavor you're gonna infuse in it. Alrighty, that looks good. Alright, next we're gonna do an egg. We're just gonna crack an egg over into our bowl. We're gonna do everything in this one bowl. So you're gonna get that to going and just get that beaten in really well. We just want to make sure that there's no white showing. It only takes a few minutes to get that going. And again, you know, every time I'm in the kitchen, it just brings back so many memories of my mom and my grandma cooking. Next, we're going to add in some, I've got half butter, half oil. And so today I decided to mix it. Instead of doing all olive oil or all butter, I mixed it. So I got a little bit over half oil, a little bit over half of butter. Now the directions and the ingredients is listed down below this video. Click on more. All right, that's looking good, and that's kind of emulsifying it as we mix that egg and that oil together. Then I have my bananas. I have 3 bananas, and these are organic that I got from Sam's. I've been looking at these bananas all week, and they've been looking at me, so I just finally decided that I'll go ahead and I'll make this banana nut muffins. So they look really good. They have just a couple of little brown spots on them, not very many at all, if any. I think I've seen 1 or 2, but they look really good. And of course, you know, the more you let them set, the sweeter they become. So all I do is take and put them on a paper plate, take the back of my fork, and I just begin to run my fork through it to mash it. These bananas are very, very tender, and so there's no issue with mashing it down. The fork just goes right straight through it. And then all I'm going to do is turn my plate around and make sure that I don't have any huge chunks anywhere. But this is looking good. This is easy peasy. You can do this no problem at all. Oh, this is so fine. And then we're just going to take our mashed bananas, and we're just going to dump them right over here in our bowl. Everything, again, as I said, is going to be in this one bowl. And then, of course, we have our little paper plate. We're just going to throw that in the trash. I'm going to give it a quick little mix just to mix in those bananas. And I do consider the bananas a liquid, so that's why I put them in. And then we have our vanilla extract. And we're going to put in 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, followed, of course, by cream bouquet. And I'm going to put in a whole teaspoon of that too. Just give it a quick little shake. And we're going to put that in. Remember, this is going to add even more flavor and make it taste like you got it from the bakery. All right, we're going to get this all stirred in too. When I think about my mom cooking, I think about and have the memory of Christmas and Thanksgiving. Now I'm going to add in my sugar. And it's going to be almost a cup of sugar. Not quite, because the bananas are sweet. So I don't want it overly sweet. So I'm going to add in just almost a cup. So it's like 3/4 cup of sugar to a cup, depending on how sweet or that you want it to your taste buds, okay? Then I have some salt, and I'm just going to add my salt right over in there. Remember, the directions and the ingredients are down below the video. Just click on more, and you'll be able to see all the ingredients and the steps. Then we got some baking powder, and we're going to put in our baking powder, and we're just going to put in 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Baking powder, a lot of recipes are called for baking soda, but I just think I get a better rise if I use baking powder. So we're gonna put in 1 teaspoon, and I'm using a half a teaspoon. My teaspoon is dirty. We're gonna get that all stirred in real good. Just make sure you don't see any lumps. Now, you don't have to stir each individual thing in. You can just put it all in, all your liquidy stuff, and then stir. I forgot to show you, I was putting in the flour, but I put in the flour, a cup and a half of flour, all-purpose flour. But again, the ingredients are down below. I want to keep saying it so you'll know. And there it is. That's what it looks like. And then we're going to put in those nuts that we chopped up. So you can use pecans if you want, but we prefer walnuts. And it's probably a little over a cup of walnuts I got. But hey, the more the merrier. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. All right, so we're just going to fold those nuts right over in there. And look at that batter. That looks delicious. And oh my goodness, it smells delicious. All right, so we don't want to overwork muffin mix, so just be careful not to overwork it. All righty, that is looking really good, nice and smooth. I don't see any lumps, but if you have any, that is okay, perfectly fine. Moving on, we're going to grease our nonstick jumbo muffin pan, and you know I'm going to always make my own homemade bacon release, and it's just flour and oil. And of course I'm using olive oil, and I'm just using about a half a teaspoon of flour, half a teaspoon of oil. The combination is always equal, so if you use 1 tablespoon of oil, you use 1 tablespoon of flour, and of course you can add or take away, but it works really great. All right, let's go ahead and get these babies popped in here. And what I normally do is I just go in and I will fill them all up, and then go back and fill it up the rest of the way, okay? So we're filling them halfway up, then we're gonna go back and we're gonna fill them up the rest of the way, even them out and see how they look. And that way we can ensure that we're getting pretty much an even amount in each cup, or muffin tin as it is. And back to my mom, as I was stating before, my fondest memories was of her in the kitchen baking and making Christmas dinner or Thanksgiving dinner. And oh, we just wanted to tear into it as we could smell it cooking in the oven. Those were some great childhood memories. And I hope that you made some for your family as well, or you remember some. Go ahead and comment below and tell me about some of the memories that you have. I love to hear them. If you just share them with me, that would be absolutely wonderful. All right, so we're about to get all of these filled up and evened out, and it's looking really good. I'm just going to take a little bit from that because it looks like I had a little bit more in that one than I did in the other one here. All right, so that is looking perfect. And we are ready to pop these into a 350-degree oven until they're done, okay? According to your oven. Okay, our muffins are completely done. Remember that if you make them in a jumbo muffin tin, it's going to take longer for them to cook. So mine took about 25 to 28 minutes to cook, and they should just pop out because I made my own bake release. And there we go. And I'm going to break one open so you can see how it looks. Put a little butter in it. Yum, yum, yum. Look at that, look at that. Still got some steam coming from it. Just a little bit of butter on both sides. Your own homemade banana nut muffin. You can do it. Save you some money. Save you some bad ingredients or preservatives by making it fresh at home. Alrighty. Thank you so much for joining me. Be blessed, and I'll see you real soon.